Hi guys, I'm back in South Africa and today we're going to revive an old worm farm. We started by digging around to see if we could still find any worms, but also to break up the soil that had dried out and clumped together. This part of South Africa has very clayey soil, so it makes it hard for the worms to move around, but the black soil you see here is actually already composted, so they did a good job when they were still around. These white lids are to keep out the sun and the heat, but it didn't help for this bin. It was really dry, and you can see some of the old corn husks still floating around there that must have soaked up a lot of the moisture. But when we dug down deep enough, to our surprise, we actually found a couple of worms. So we went foraging around the vegetable patch on the farm and taking anything green we could find and adding it, as well as anything juicy like tomatoes and squash. We then covered up all the food to help it break down quicker, and on top of that we then added some mulch. The mulch is just dried grass that has been cut around the farm and left over time, but we add this on top of the food scraps and soil to regulate the temperature of the bin, because again it gets so hot, and then also to keep the moisture in. We added tons and tons of water to get the moisture levels back to where they need to be and comfortable for the worms. And after that, we just covered it up with the blankets to make sure that it all stays good and healthy. So join us when we check in a couple of months and see if they've come back to life.